Dear Diary, I have awoken back home once more, and I begin to look over my accomplishments, my achievements in agriculture and automation of harvest, my architectural achievements, along with my technical prowess with railroads, and my achievements within witchery, bringing life back to this world. But there are some achievements I've yet to explore. It's good to be home. Although, were my dreams real? Did these people that were in my dreams, were they real? Or a figment of my imagination? Was it a spell? Well, one thing is for sure, the wolves are still around. Well, my friend, it's good to have you back, but now we have work to do. Yes. Well, I have work to do. You can just sit back and watch me do the work. Looking at my storage system, it has got me thinking to another island that I visited before the war anyway. They had this computational magic that, well, not even magic, it was more like destroying items and encoding them in electricity or in numbers, so they say, all basically done within some sort of crystal. Now, I've been doing a little bit of tinkering around since I've woken back up again, and the gods, they have given me another quest. A quest that I am able to get these crystals. But what I do know about this computational system of storing items and melding them together requires a lot of power. And a lot of power I do need. So I think it is, once the world is built from, here it is. The certification. I recall the elusive crystal which has primary uses for computing and data storage. Maybe it is time I try and obtain some. Well, I could get these seeds right now. However, I wish to prepare the power. The water turbines, I feel, are not going to be enough for this. So that's a little bit of rearranging of my infusion altar, a few floods, and I'm missing a few vital components of my automatic, well, semi-automatic infusion altar. I have constructed a base for something a little bit different. That is to changing mana into power. If I go to the Botanica, I think it's in the index. If I just have a flick through here, it's under mana. Whoops, here it is. Mana void, mana on rails. No, it's here we are. Mana flux field. By passing mana through a field of redstone energy, its state can change to a natural energy to a source of redstone flux. Simply point a spreader at the block and shoot at it, blah blah blah. Okay, these, I'll open that up. These are very, very easy to make. Very easy to make. So I'll bookmark that. And this is where the mana flux field is going to reside. I have a few mana pools around. My train pulling the mana from my production fields should be enough. I'm again not really sure, but it's time to organize the cabling. The ultimate universal cable. Now, I am going to connect this power source into the power source coming from the turbines. I better watch my head there. Let me see, and I'll have to be very careful. I have to run another power line from my energy cell back to the train, and I have to make sure these two cables are not connected in any way, like such. Yes, this is a problem. I need my spanner. Whoops. Right, here we go. I'm going to have to run this cable just a slight touch this way around this other cable. I'll fix that hole later. So, back round like such. And this should connect into the train if I got my underground tunnels right. Here we are. I wonder, could I go underneath this pipe? I think so. Like such. I may have to do a little bit of exploratory digging. Here we go. I just need to come to here, or even straight through. Yes! And connect right into this power structure right here. I could actually save myself a section of cable here. I may have to make some more after I lay this cable down. There we go. The train has power, and I'm now able to run power from the flux field. I am out of cables. Time to make some more then. I'm sure I have a work table all set up with the items. Let me see. Elite universals. I need ultimates. Thank you. So 1 basic to 1 advanced to 1 elite and 1 ultimate. 16 might be enough, but I don't know. I can't drop down that hole. How did I get down there in the first place? Down through here, of course. So that is going to connect into here for my power source. So if I run that cable, that's not quite what I'm after. I'm concerned. I would like to have the blades. Oops, slipped. Just as well I have those wings. Let me see. I could. I'll come down 1 cable just so I can put the covers back in. So there. Better watch my head. Alright, there we go. Now this cable will run along the ground this way. Oh, yep. And there we go. I would like... Is that going to... I would need 1 more cable for the design that I'm after. Just 1 more. Just go back through the process. 1 of those. 1 of those. There's no use... If you've got the ability to make the greatest cables that you have, you might as well. I am actually out of atomic alloys. Reinforced. Let me see. Oh no, here's one. Excellent. One is all I needed to finish the build. Alright, now the ultimate. Yes, thank you. Right. So the flux field will be sitting... I don't know, maybe in the middle, and I may require more mana pools, but we'll go with 4 to start off with. That will supply the mana flow from 8 spreaders, along with basically the sparks. We've got the recessive sparks here from the train going to the pools under the floor, and they'll have dominant sparks here on these mana pools, pulling the mana towards the flux field. All there's left to do is make the flux field and the I'm just trying to think now. The mana spreaders, the flux field, and the sparks. That will take a little time. Right, I have everything assembled. The mana flux field, the very important part of this thing. Oh, it does not connect to the universal cable. I may be able to do something about that using the same same block that I had before. If I oh, here we are. I actually happen to have one on me. A custom what was it? Custom redstone flux block. This should act as a conduit. Should being the operative word. Let me get my spanner. Definitely has thrown a bit of a spanner in the works. I assumed that this thing would actually connect, although I seem to be mistaken like such. Right, now I have these sparks on the pools, although they're pulling directly from the recessive sparks over yonder, which I don't wish to happen. I wish to augment them to dominant sparks, which will pull mana from the pools under the floor. Right, they're filling. I think, yes, good. Right, now to set up the mana spreaders. Two in each corner. Oh, whoops, there's a bit of a cycle going there. Right, now into bind mode, bind that to there, bind that to there. Like that. It is generating mana. Oh, I just knocked off that spark. That one to there, and that one to there. It's a bit of a noisy affair. I'm going to have to get some wool. Let me see, let's go back to the Corporea network. 8 just wool, I think it is. Is it wool? Let's go back to the encyclopedia. I don't think I've actually got any wool. It's called just straight wool. I'm gonna have to go get some. Go farming. But that seems to work. It's generating quite a bit of power. It's taking quite a bit of power out of the block. And not seem to be wanting for much of the I'll let the train go, and it can go grab some more mana from the pools. I've still yet to rig up some sort of way to open the gate when these pools are depleted. But that does seem to generate a fair amount of redstone flux. Let's see, let's check. Still registering as empty. They have power. I'm also getting power like drained from this cable. I'm not sure about why this cable is actually the number on the cable is going down, or maybe that's the power stored within the cable. I'm not entirely sure. I could... Well, that was that. Let the train go off again. It does not seem that the pools are getting that depleted. I may add some more spreaders. It is possible I could place a spreader underneath a pool. If I raise the pool above like one square and place another spreader underneath, I will be able to lift the ring of spreaders pointing towards the flux field and generate a little bit more flux. If I could only see... Oh, hang on. The cube is actually storing some power. There is some power being stored. Excellent. Although it's getting sucked all right away. It's a very small sliver. But we definitely are gaining. And it seems as though my mana production, at least from the train, there could have been... The only thing I do regret setting up this room, I've lost my door to the ocean. It's unfortunate, but had to happen to gain the room that I required. Let's go up and check my Endoflame farm, see how much mana is left in there. Quickly fly on over. Does seem to be well, does seem to be doing all right. Still getting a steady supply of coal into my storage barrel after the fact of the coal passing past the Endoflames. Although I have an idea to utilize this Mariculture Crucible, reappropriate the tank, change it to some fireproof material, and investigate in thermalilies. They will, as I am told, produce much more mana than the huge farm that I have running here. So I would like to have, I would love to have this train be constantly moving as much as possible. But let's go back and check. Oh, hang on. How about we gather... Do I have any shears on me? No. I might just gather some cotton and make some wool this way. Oh, I might have shears up in the in my little shack. Perhaps. I have all manner of things here. No, it does not seem to be like it. In this chest here, perhaps? No, a few assortments. What? Title, Crimson Cult. Oh, okay. Interesting. A few bits and pieces, a Golem answers bell. That's where my thermometer has got to. I better take that. But I do have a good store of mana here. Good store of mana being taken towards my Redstone Flux generation. And I could potentially pass more mana through the flux block and change that over to electricity, and then, only then, can I investigate in this computational storage system. But I need more power.